1 2 1 2.
Okay, that's where I can hear me.
They put
and I can
the
hear him.
buttons on yet?
say good evening. It is a nice balmy 18 degrees here at the North Ipswich Reserve, and of course a big night planned, and we do welcome everyone along to this live stream. And of course it is part of the home game, which is part of the Savage Pest Control Ipswich Jets, and tonight they do take on the Mackay Cutters, and you can watch this full game live on Phoenix Media's YouTube page or listen live on 11:97 a.m. So if you are listening to us, we do thank you, and of course you could also be listening on the Phoenix Radio via the TuneIn app, so we do welcome everyone. Of course, big welcome to my co-host tonight, Mark Bisho. Bishop, how are you, Bisho?
Good, Jacko. Thanks, mate.
You're ready for a big game tonight?
Yes, mate, yes. Hopefully we get a bit of an improved show and probably an improved show, but an improved result as well. You know, they've been very close the last couple of weeks, but unfortunately no biscuits, and that's virtually our season done. So, you know, one or two things could happen. The boys could turn it up, which I highly doubt they will, or they could come and turn it on, and especially being Old Boys Day as well. So turn it on and give the old boys something to cheer about.
Well, head-to-head, just looking at the stats, which are done by our head statistician, Michael Nunn, who had an absolute ball last week, I believe, doing this game.
He did. I haven't got the appraisal from his wife yet, so we'll see what she came up with first.
Well, it is 14-8 in our favour, but of course stats are fine, but the last three games that we've played against them, especially here, haven't been fruitful for us.
No, they've got over us the last few things, and I think that's a big thing, especially for the teams that come down out of the country. What they do is a lot of them are on city bans, so therefore if they don't get the result, they don't get to go into the city in Brisbane. So they try that little bit extra harder, and that's how it works for them. So, you know, if it works, it works.
It is. So the Mackay Cutters have brought two teams down. They've brought their Colts down, of course, the Intra Super Cup teams. How'd they go on the Colts match?
The Colts, Mackay got over the top of us in the Colts 46-12, but it was close early. I think it was only 16-12 at half time, and then Mackay run away from it at the end. But they're up, I think, in the top 8 as well, Mackay. So they're a big physical side, and Ipswich just run out of a bit of puff towards the end, so that was unlucky for the boys, but they'll be up again next week to fight on. Yeah.
As you mentioned, today is the last home game for the Savage Pest Control Ipswich Jets here at the North Ipswich Reserve. So it's very important we do try and, I suppose, finish on a bit of a high. We're playing, we're basically 2 spots on the ladder in front of them, but I think it's only 2 points ahead, but they're close enough that they can do some damage tonight and spoil the party for the Old Boys Day.
Oh, well and truly, Jacko. Mackay were a chance as well. They were mathematical a couple of weeks ago, and even before that, they were still a big chance of making the 8. So they've fallen away as well. But, you know, you play for pride, and I think this stage of the year when you have got nothing, you know, no advancement that you can play for, that you do tend to throw the ball around and frees you up. And, of course, another big thing for the Jets as well is it's Benny Walker's last game as head coach in Ipswich. So
in Ipswich.
If that's not incentive enough, I don't know what is.
No, so after this, we've only got the one more game. So it is, I suppose, a sad end to a season that had a bit of promise, but the games just, some of those games just got away from us in the last 10, 15 minutes. And
yeah, I think Shane showed up some stats the other week, and I think we lost something like 6 or 7 games by 4 points or less. You know, and then I think the big killer was the Redcliffe game where they scored, you know, 3 tries in the last 9 minutes. That sort of really curtailed our season. We were on a little bit of an up before then, but, you know, that's spilt milk, and that's yesterday's news, so we'll just carry on and see how we go.
Tonight's another night, so hopefully we can get the biscuits, as you say, and make it a celebration for the Old Boys. And there are some absolute legends over there. I took a little walk earlier before, and there's some brilliant legends who've played some fantastic football over the years. We've been here since 1982. What we might do now is go through the teams. I'll let you have the honours for the home team.
Okay, so the Jets line up is Michael Purcell at fullback, Marmon Barber and Rogan Dean. Jacko.
Rogan Dean.
Hello
that's embedded in your brain, isn't it?
Actually, Rogues' family is from Mackay as well, so hello to all Rogan's family. Richie Pandia and Isia Foka in the centres. Jacob Teven slots in at the number 6 with Joshy Cleland on concussion leave. Kieran Mosley will play 7, of course, with Julian Christian suspended for the week. Billy McConaughey, Jaden Connors, Nat Neal, of course, the captain. Mitchy Carpenter, Benny White and Benny Shea lock the scrum up. Coming off the bench will be Josh Siege, Husky Tautai, Blake Lanahan and Timoti Paskey.
So that's a pretty formidable team with a couple of people sitting on the verge of getting some awards for personal rewards.
Yeah, well, Marmon's only 3 points off becoming the highest ever Jets point scorer.
Yep.
So 2 to tie, 1 to win for Marmon. So we'll be looking for that. And then a lot of the other boys are creeping up onto 50 and 100 games and that sort of gear. So, I hope they go well.
Okay, lining up for the Mackay Cutters who've come down all the way. So lining up in jersey number 1 is Paul Burns, number 2 Yamba Bowie, number 3 is Dan Russell, number 4 is an ex-Jet, played some great work for us, Carlin Anderson. In jersey number 5 will be Sheldon Bobbitt. In jersey number 6 will be Cooper Bambling. In jersey number 7, Sam Cook. Number 8, Emery Perret. Number 9 is Jaden Hodges. Number 10 will be Jack Brock. Number 11 is Ross Bella. In jersey number 20 is Brendan Treston. And in jersey number 13 is Jordan Kenworthy. And on the bench we've got number 14, Tyler Gardner. Number 15, David Munro. Number 17 is Sam Johnston. And there is also another player which for the
16 will be Feliti Talanoa.
That's it. So thank you for that. So players now running out of the field. The Cutters are out, ready, and the Jets players now are heading out there. So all I can say is sit down, hang on, and get ready for 80 minutes of great football.
Should be good fun, actually. Like I said, hopefully both sides get a bit free and just start to throw the ball around. And for all the Jets fans out there, hopefully we do it better.
Well, let's hope it's going to be a great night. Round 22, as I mentioned, our last home game in front of a huge crowd. And it is our Jets Old Boys Day, which happens to be the last home round of every year. And unfortunately, the Mackay Cutters have spoiled it for us over these last couple of years.
Mackay to kick off, Jacko, from the river end, as all the under sixes from Rosewood and Swifts vacate the field, as Mackay with Carlin Anderson kicks off. Bouncing down there, Jacob Teeban with the first touch onto Rogan Dean. And Rogan goes through the line, points his nose through Rogan. Still going, Rogan. He's away. Carlin in front of him, beats Carlin. Oh, he couldn't quite get the pass away to Jaden Connors. That's a great start for the Jets. He's tackled 40 out from the try line. Away they go. Billy McConaughey wearing the headbands. Got a couple little stitches up above the left eye, Jacko. An accident at home, apparently.
Oh.
Walked into the door. Richie Pandia.
Training?
I don't know what happened. As Kieran Mosley now at the ball. He drops Michael Purcell back under, I think that is, and he's well tackled. Gets up and plays the ball. Benny White with a touch. He just takes a nice little settler up in, and he's tackled or stopped 13 metres from the Mackay line. So Jets get the penalty now.
Get the penalty. That's
held down too long. Connors tries to take a quick tap, and referee says, hold on there. Come back.
That was great, a great run from Rogan, and he seemed to just split that defence from Mackay Cutters and really opened the space up on that left-hand side.
Didn't want to tackle a big unit. The Jets now taking the 2. It was a late call from the coaching staff, but I thought they might have taken him on, Jacko, only 90 seconds into the game, but points are points, and Jets are obviously in this one for the win.
Well, it's an interesting one. Marmon's going to go for it. So if he gets it, that means he's only got another kick and he's got that record. But saying that, he has a pretty good percentage for kicks. And our statistician will give us some stats in a minute on the percentage.
He's been hitting them extremely well, actually, Marmon, the last couple of weeks. So his confidence is high with the boot. And that's probably now what we call the commentator's curse, Jacko. And we'll see how he goes. But
this is on you. I haven't said a thing.
He's only about 13 out, probably 5 or 6 metres to the left of the post. Warming up, got his little inconsistencies that he does. Just about to move into the ball. Still waiting, and still waiting, and still waiting. And in he comes. And touches don't move, and he puts it over. So early lead to the Jets. The Savage Pest Control, Ipswich Jets 2, Mackay Cutters 0 with just over 2.5 minutes gone.
And that's what we want to see on that Jets Leagues Club scoreboard. 2-0 with our. It's going to be a good thing going in with 2 points in this early part up, because then all of a sudden there's a bit of a mindset.
Yeah, that's what they say, Jacko. You get early points, and it means the opposition's always chasing the lead.
Thinking,
so
yeah,
it's how they like to work it. But as Carlin kicks off again, this time a bit deeper, taken there once again by Teven, once again to Rogan Dean. This time Mackay handle him well and tackle him 12 metres out from the Jets line.
Of course, Carlin is contracted to the Cowboys too, isn't he?
He is. He hasn't. Injuries have really cursed Carl in the last couple of years. He had a great 15 for us down here in the grand final year, and won himself a contract for the Broncos. Then, of course, broke his jaw, and then he's gone up north and he's broken a leg and done a toe and something else and something else. So every time his chances come up, he's got injured. As the Jets now with another penalty and take the tap. Nat Neal's tackled just inside the Mackay half. Connors at a dummy half. Richie Pandia drops it cold, which is not a good sign.
No, that's not what we want. You're basically handing over possession, and they're good field placement. I think that basically on the halfway line.
Yeah, Jets were looking to build some pressure there, Jacko, and Richie's might have had a look up or did something, and he dropped it absolute sitter. He won't get a game at first slip in the Ashes tonight, none.
And
hands like feet, we call that one.
And in previous, the last couple of games that we've called, there's been those little mistakes that have crept in and handed the ball over, and that's what they can't do. They've really got to just focus on grabbing that ball and moving it forward.
As Carlin gets it now from the scrum, tries to get around Jaden Connors, but Jaden rounds him up. So Mackay now 40 out from the Ipswich line. As the forwards trying to make an impact. I don't have a number 12 on my program, Jacko. We're going to have to get someone to check that one out to find out who the number 12 is. Right, so they've changed jersey. Brendan Treston in the 12. Okay, is Mackay still hitting the ball up. They get tackled. They're 18 short of the Jets line. Comes out wide. Goes to Brock. Shifting the ball. Fullback there. Paul Burns is tackled. So last tackle, Mackay, 10 metres from the Ipswich line. They go back the open side. A kick from Hodges. Jets trying to scramble in the in goal. They managed to press it down for a dropout. So that was a good set from Mackay. They come from the halfway and got themselves down there. And Jaden Connors, who's dangerous out of dummy half. Jaden Hodges, sorry. Dangerous out of dummy half for Mackay. And just put the little kick in under the post. But Ipswich were good enough to scramble to get it, Jacko.
Well, their defence is pretty good at the moment. And we'll just have to see how that does pan out for the rest of the game. But a nice short kick-off here.
It's bounced over everybody's head, and Purcell manages to get it. So Ipswich get the dropout back. Good dropout from Jaden Connors, and Michael Purcell chased through and managed to get the ball back. Richie Pandia this time catches the ball. He goes across field, looking for runners. Still going Pandia. He's offloaded. Mosley. Or Benny White, sorry, gets nailed. Cooper Bambling trying to pull the jersey off his back. As Ipswich play the ball, Ben White. McConaughey wearing the headband. He's offloaded out the back. Connors. Bit of a wayward pass. Carpenter now. Carpenter trying to pick up a runner. Still Carpenter. 3-4 Mackay players in there to bring him down. Carpenter's tackled. About 25 from the Ipswich line. Connors dummy half. Ben Shea. He hits it up. Another 3-4 Mackay players in the tackle. Trying to slow the Ipswich play the ball down. Connors. Looking for runners. Picks up McConaughey. Billy's tackled on the 40. So last tackle Ipswich. Looking for a kicker. Goes to Teven. Teven hoisted high. Virtually an up and down kick. Nat Neal's there waiting for the bounce. Doesn't quite get it. Burns gets it from Mackay. Looking for a hole. And he's tackled just inside his own half by Mitch Carpenter. They take off again now. Looks like Dan Russell. He's tackled just on halfway. 3 Jets in that tackle. Finally get into ground and play the ball down. And both sides trying to slow the rucks. Yeah, but Bowie with a run.
Well, Bowie, he's tipped as being one to watch to be a danger for the...
And it's a penalty there now, Jacko, to Mackay. Another hold down penalty. I think that's 3 penalties for the night for holding down. So both teams are going to have to watch that. as Sam Cook now kicks for touch. So Mackay will start this set about 18 metres out from the Ipswich line. Bambling. It's a ball out to Bella. He's tackled inside the 10 metres. Peeling for the penalty is Hodges, and he gets it. Ben Shea gives the penalty away. So they look to take the quick tap. Oh, it's play on. He said he tapped it, and that's a try for Mackay. Wow, that was a strange one. I'll try and pick up the try scorer. That might be
number 8. I think it was number 8, Emery
Perry.
So some great work there. He just pushed forward, and of course the Jets were waiting for that slow play, but he's just played on. And
well, everybody was standing back, and before when Jaden Connors went to take the quick tap, the referee pulled it up. This time he's let him take the quick tap, and Jets' defence is on the back foot, and he's gone through and scored right beside the posts. So first try there for Mackay to Emery Perry, or Perry, right next to the goalpost. So not a good start. Jacko started with a from the dropout. We got the ball back, and that clearing kick virtually went up and down from Jacob Teven, and we didn't recover from that set.
Carlin will go for the conversion. Right in front. Can't normally miss those, which he doesn't. He puts it through for 2 points. So on the Jets Leagues Club scoreboard, it is 6-2 in favour of Mackay Cutters.
Not the start Ipswich would be looking for, Jacko. They got themselves out to the early 2-0 lead, and then first time they were put under pressure, Mackay have scored, but and that was a real discipline one where it was a quick penalty and everybody just took their eye off the ball.
Exactly. And you can't do that just because it's a penalty. You've got to watch.
Ipswich have kicked off. Michael Purcell, great kick. He manages to kick it out. So it's been a sloppy 10 minutes to start, Jacko. That's 2 restarts from Ipswich that they've got back. And Mackay have also had the 2 restarts as well, which Ipswich have managed to cover up. So,
but more importantly, the points on the board is what they're going to have to keep an eye on.
So Ipswich with the scrum feed 20 metres from the Mackay line. In and out. Rogan Dean now with the ball. Goes across, looking for a hole. Still going Rogan, pushing runners off at will. Takes 3 or 4 to bring him down. He's going to play the ball 12 metres from the Mackay line. Connors across field looking for runners. Picks up McConaughey. Still going Billy. Straight into Carlin. Carlin manages to get him, pops it out the back. Richie Pandia now with the ball. He falls over. Stepped in a hole. Richie. He'll play the ball 10 metres from the line eventually. No hold down penalty this time. Connors. Teven. Across the field, Teven looking for runners. Picks up Carpenter. Carpenter looking to flop it out the back. Still Carpenter. Still going the big fella. He's brought down 5 metres from the Mackay line. So Ipswich trying to build something here. Connors. Long ball. Teven. Teven dropping people under. Nat Neal. Back at the post. Still going Nat Neal. He's brought down there by Emery Perry. So Nat play the ball 5 metres from the Mackay line. Connors goes short side. Looking for runners. Puts a little kick in, Connors. And that tackle there, Anderson, and Connors manages to drag him into the in goal. So probably not the best start, but the best result, Jacko.
Yeah, look, Connors did some great work there, and he ran across to this right-hand side. I was going to make mention that Jacob Teven, for anyone who is listening, yes, he does come with good pedigree from a man that will quite happily tell you has a 3 from 3 start in State of Origin, Craig Teven. But he's filled the boots good tonight, and he's doing a bit of work around there, so it's a big dropout.
As Rogan Dean now takes it back into the teeth of the Mackay defence. This time they managed to get him with Perry up the top and like Ross Bella down underneath. So he plays it. Connors, Nat Neal. He goes again. Good tackle underneath there by the 12 in Brendan Treston. Connors, quick out of dummy half. Pandia across the field, looking for a hole. Still Pandia.
He's still got it.
Still going, twisting and turning. Bring him down. Metre from the line. Connors at dummy half, appealing for the penalty and gets it.
I
think someone will have to go to the sin bin soon, Jacko. That's 4 hold-down penalties in the game.
Do you think the ref will do that?
He'll probably give a warning, and then it'll happen. As Nat Neal now takes it off the tap. Nat straight at the post, and he's tackled a metre short.
He's such a
Connors
workhorse.
Quickly out of dummy half. Still Connors. Across the field. 3 Mackay players bring him down. Mosley, dummy half. Connors slow to his feet, looking for a penalty. Mosley, Teven looking for runners across the field. Gets it to Pandya. Pandya trying to set someone up. Not quite. He gets tackled. He's 5 metres from the line. So getting up to play the ball, Richie Pandya. Teven dummy half. Long ball, Connors. Long ball, Mosley. Long ball, White. Still going Benny White. Gets across the line. I think that's a try for Ben White in the far corner of the field. That was great work. 3 long balls,
exactly.
And away we go.
Straight across the face of the goal, and like Jaden Connors has been in quite a few things tonight, so he's doing a great job. Ably backed up by Jacob Teven, and yeah, I've got to make mention of those forward pushes by Nate Neal. He's such a workhorse. He's like a brick wall. He'll just go forward, and that's the only direction he knows. But they've done such a great job, and that was some fantastic work out to Benny White on that left-hand wing, and just some, I suppose, sloppy defence, obviously, to allow it to go in.
The big thing with the Ipswich attack, Jacko, is they're always looking for that runner to come back under and back under. So when you throw the long balls, it puts that opposition defence in a bit of doubt. And Ipswich managed to do that then as Marlon Barber's got a blood nose. Had one of them before the game started, and that's managed to bleed again. So
I heard that.
Dino will try and get that to stop. This may curtail his point scoring, but he's managed to get it stopped. He should be able to, I don't know whether he can kick while he's bleeding, but it looks like they got it to stop. But it's one of the rare times that Jaden gets to actually start a game. You know, Josh is out, Jules is out.
Yeah.
Kieran Mosley will start at hooker, and Jaden comes off the bench. So he's full of energy, Jaden. And, of course, hello to all his family down there in Inverell as Marmon comes in and puts it over and becomes the highest point scorer in the Jets' history as his number 1 fan is in the box with us. Michael Nunn, a big smile on his face. You love Marmon Nunny, don't you?
Was that good for you, Nunny? Yeah. You can talk into the microphone.
As Marmon's coming from the field with the blood nose. So he got a blood nose in the dressing room before the game, and Roy managed to get it stopped.
Had to do a jersey change because of it.
Yeah.
A big hello to all those ex-Jets players, the Jets old boys. If you're sitting at home watching this as part of Phoenix Media's YouTube page on or listening live on 11:97 a.m. or also through Phoenix Radio via the TuneIn app. If you are listening or you're watching the live stream, we do send out a big cheerio to you on the very special day, the Old Boys Day for the Ipswich Jets.
There's Billy McConaughey now. Pushes away from a few and looks for a hole. Comes back and well tackled there by Cook underneath with the help of a couple of the forwards. Connors now up and out of dummy half. Looking for runners. Picks up Carpenter. Carpenter still pumping the legs. Gets the ball away with the offload out the back. Connors now. Connors trying to get away from players. Manages to get away from Hodges. The ball goes out to Ben White on that left side. Ben White comes back across the ruck with a flick pass. Ben Shea now at the ball. Ben Shea across the field looking for runners. He drops Nat Neal under. Nat with an offload to Purcell. They just managed to get him. That was a good tackle underneath. Over the top was Treston. Underneath, that was a good tackle. The man still laying on the ground. Pandya, he's tackled well there by Carlin Anderson. It's a slow play. It's a knock on. He's managed to drop the ball, Richie. And that's 2 drops for him, so he'll have to watch his hands. But that was a good tackle. I think that might have been Ross Bella. Just managed to get hold of Michael Purcell. Otherwise, he was through. Sorry, Jordan Kenworthy, that was, Jacko. That was a great tackle. Otherwise, he was in, Michael Purcell.
But it was even great hands from Jaden Connors, once again in there. Got the ball out to Richard on that right-hand side, coming down this right-hand wing, which is the western side of the North Ipswich Reserve. You are watching the Savage Pest Control Ipswich Jets taking on Mackay Cutters, round 22, our very last home game, the Old Boys Day here at North Ipswich Reserve.
So they managed to get the nosebleed stopped for Marm, although he's still coming out there a little bit now, but he's back on the field, so he didn't get replaced. He come off and they tried to get it stopped.
Do I have to call you Dr. Bichot now? Or?
Well, I had to go and clean the dressing room up. That's how come I know, Jacko.
Oh.
As a way, Hodges gets up and out of dummy half, still going Hodges. He's one to watch, Jacko. I think Was he a Broncos contract, Nunny? Young Hodges from... Yeah, I think he was a Broncos contract. So as they plough up the field now, Mackay, they're just shy of halfway now. So there's a good couple of tackles for him as Bambling in dummy half. Gives it to the big front rower in Paris. He's tackled now on the 40. So last tackle, Mackay. They go short side. Bambling with a left foot kick. Stab for touch. Purcell is happy to let it go out. So that'll be a scrum feed. It's a pretty good set from Mackay, Jacko, but that'll be a scrum feed for Ipswich Jets 5 metres or 10 metres from their own line.
No, it'll be great work. As you mentioned, fantastic set for the Cutters, and they probably feel they need this. They need that good set because they've been under the pump the other end, and they've done some silly little things. And as you mentioned, 4 hold down penalties.
And that's both sides too, Jacko. It's something that you're going to have to. Obviously, the referee's really looking at it, so both sides are just going to have to clear when the referee says get off. Otherwise, they're going to end up with blokes will be in the bin and playing short, and it's just not what you want. As Ipswich now coming out of their own end. Pandia with the ball. He plays it. Connors. Isiafoka using that big frame to try and bust through. He gets up and plays the ball on about 30. Billy McConaughey met front on by Mackay, by Kenworthy. Another good tackle. Really good defender is Kenworthy. Connors dummies the open, comes a blind, runs straight into the front rower in Paris. Whacks him to the ground. They're peeling for a drop ball. They don't get it. So Teven now dummy half. Long ball out to Ben Shea. Ben Shea looking for holes. And he's well tackled. 3 Mackay defenders get him on the last. So just on halfway now, Ipswich. Connors goes short side. Mosley, still going Mosley. Gets a long ball out. Marmon Barber puts it up. Nice and high. Ipswich chase hard. Purcell off the shoe. Ball's going everywhere. And dead by Mackay, so that'll be drop out Mackay. Well, that was a kick out of nothing, Jacko, with a good bounce.
Did Mosley go for a kick?
He was going to kick, and then he thought run, and then he passed the ball about a foot off the ground and managed to get to Marmon, and Marmon had the left foot. He was able to pump it high.
Spot,
I would have, I think a couple of those Ipswich chasers may well have been offside, but
at the end of the day, that's good for us because they've now got the dropout, which means we'll get the ball back.
It's a bit of a shallow dropout here from Mackay. Only goes 35 on the fly. Caught by Purcell to Rogan Dean. He charges into him. He's tackled 20 metres from the Mackay line. So a good setup for the Jets. Connors with the long ball to Teven. Teven looking for runners. Going across the field. Still Teven. Picks up Ben White. He straightens. And tackled well by the Mackay defence. 15 short of the line. Connors dummy half again. Hits Ben Shea. Ben Shea. Short ball. Billy McConaughey charges into it. He's tackled well there by Brendan Treston. So still Ipswich. All attack. Connors. They come the short side. Mosley hits Carpenter. Carpenter goes back towards the goalposts. Gets a hand free. Ben Shea. Ben Shea comes back to the short side. Stepping. Looking for something. Paris goes for the strip. Doesn't get it. And he's tackled Ben Shea, 5 metres short. They go again. Connors, long ball. Mosley. Mosley brings Purcell under. Purcell fleet of foot, stepping. Tries to get through. Gets away from the tackle. Still Purcell. Still going Purcell. Gets an offload, and they get it out the back. Isiafoka on the shoe. Still going. Knock on, Ipswich.
Look, that's some great work by the Jets. They're putting the Cutters under a lot of pressure, and there's a lot of ball movement in there, which is really good, but that little mistake at the end. But look, just looking at some of the Cutters players, Kenworthy and that Tristan, that they're doing a lot of work in defence. They're going to tire pretty easy. They're big boys, and they're going to tire, especially with the attack of what Jets are doing with that sideways football.
Yeah, you've got to make the big boys work, Jacko. That's where the holes will end up turning up. So as Mackay win the scrum, and they're tackled about 15 from their own line.
That's Bowie. They've got
Play
to
the
watch
ball
Bowie.
now. Well held again by the Jets defence. as they're up and out. Just happy with the dummy half runs. That's a good little run. That might be the other winger in Sheldon Bobbitt. As Mackay look for the quick play the balls. A good run there from Ross Bella. He's tackled just shy of halfway. It's Hodges. Still going. Hodges still going. Looking for runners. Still going Jaden Hodges. He's well tackled there by Richie Pandia. So that's tackle 5 now for Mackay. 30 from the Ipswich line. Long ball, Carl Anderson. Gets it to the halfback in Cook, who just pops it over the top, and the kick will be too big. So 7 tackles set here now for Ipswich, Jacko.
Well, that was some good work from Bobbitt. He seemed to create the space, and I was watching. He had Carlin Anderson on the right-hand side of him, and he just couldn't. Well, I suppose he didn't pass it, but they could have had the openness there. But Jets now on the attack at in their half.
Yeah, he was trying to get find the space for him as Ipswich now throwing the ball around again as Mosley brings Isia Foka back under. Foka trying to use some footwork to push through, although he's well tackled there by Hodges over the top. The help of a few of his mates underneath. He's trying to get the quick play the ball, can't quite get it. Connors picks it up out of dummy half, has a run himself. He's collared by the number 8 there, Emery Perry. He gets up, he plays it right on halfway. A Foka dummy half, Ben Shea. He goes back across the field, Benny Shea, trying to pick up runners and manage to straighten. Can't get through the hole. That's tackle 4 Ipswich. Mosley takes off out of dummy half. Gets it to Teven. Teven looking for runners under. Gets it out to Pandia now on this left-hand side. Or right-hand side, I should say. Richie Pandia, palm. Gets away from 3. Cullen Anderson comes back and gets him with the help of Treston. There's Teven now out of dummy half. Looking for runners. Throws a long ball. Hits Mosley in the chest. Mosley's got support. He throws it out. And the ball hits the ground and hits Mum and Barbara in the shoe and kicked out on the full. So that'll be a changeover there. I think last tackle changeover. Yep, so Mackay will start their set 23 metres from the line. Bit sloppy from the Jets then, Jacko.
That was a bit of a sloppy one, but they've just got to keep them down this end and just just halt their attack, because field placements, everything and at the moment we're still sitting at 8 over 6.
Right, as Mackay try and hit the ball up now. Climb over there 40. Well tackled there by the 3 Ipswich boys. Mosley being one. Hodges. Oh, good shot. Ben Shea over the top there on Brenton Tressier to help a Mitch Carpenter.
Jaden Connors is down in back play.
Oh, forward pass. Not something Mackay wanted. As a couple of changes there from the Jets. As Connors looks like he's coming from the field.
trainer signalled that he was going to come off. So.
There might be a dislocation. Dr. Roy's down there. And Jaden's not looking. So I dare say that's a dislocated finger, Jacko. And you see from Jaden's face that he's not looking. He doesn't want to look.
I'm not going to look either.
It's probably pointing in right angles, and he's looked at it once and doesn't want to look again. And Roy's going to manipulate that and put it back into the spot. And you'll know when it goes back in because Jaden will go and give a little quick jerk. As we watch the play, you watch Jaden, Jacko. It'll be fun. As Ipswich now tackled on the 50.
Maybe taping it.
As they go now, Benny Shea. He hits another one up. Hello to Benny's mum down there watching outside of Canberra. It's probably a beautiful -3 down there where you're watching Mrs. Shea. So hello to you.
Beautiful -3.
Beautiful -3. I think it's been that for a long time. As Rogan Dean now has a good run. He gets tackled 22 short of the line. Barber dummy half all the way over here on the other side. Teven long ball going over to Marmon's side as Benny White comes back into the middle of the field. Still going Benny White. 3 cutters to bring him down. The dummy half now is Barber again. Blake Lenahan on the field with the strip. No, calls it a loose carry. Ipswich. No, knock on Mackay. Ipswich had the ball. That's one. I told Jacko every week, that's one rule I can't work out. If we've got the ball, how do Mackay knock it on?
Don't look at me.
Yeah, that's what.
I'm not out there.
I was sort of asking a question and knew I wouldn't get an answer. That one just said. No one can explain it.
Exactly.
If you've got the ball, how does the opposition knock it on?
Yeah.
How does it happen?
Look, I'm not a real lover of the so-called lost ball. When you see hands in there...
And hang on to the ball.
Well, you should hang on to the
They've
ball.
got to put the onus on the ball carrier as soon as Rogan Dean gets it off the scrum. He's tackled 10 metres short of the Mackay line, so a good chance here for Ipswich. They need to put some points on soon. I mean, down here for a lot is Blake Lenihan. He hits it up.
They're that far out.
He's tackled 2 metres short of the line. Come back out. Purcell, dodging, weaving. Ben White now. Ipswich just trying to find a little hole in the Mackay defence in the middle. Might be better off trying the long ball again. I think Jacko is Benny White struggles to get up and play the ball. Connors, couple of skips out. Hits Mosley. Mosley now looking for runners. Ben Shea goes back across towards the play the ball. Still going Ben Shea, trying to get an arm free for an offload. Can't quite do it as Mackay all over him.
Good defence by Mackay.
Bit of everything here as Connors goes himself. Still looking for runners. They're chasing Connors all over the field as Nat Neal goes back towards the post. Still going Nat. Still going Nat with an offload at the back. Carpenter just can't quite hold it. So Mackay get the ball. Paul Burns is tackled and they'll start their set 5 metres from their own line, Jacko.
Yeah, it looked a bit scary for us then because we got that close, but just that knock on and gives pressure back or pressure off them, and they're now sitting on the 20.
So it's a good run then from Mackay now. They're still going. As the Ipswich look for the strip through Blake Lenihan and tackle there is Yamba Bowie. So Mackay just happy to one out as Bella now. He's tackled just shy of halfway. They come back. It's Perry. Still going Perry. He'll manage to the Jets. Now it's a strip penalty. As Cooper Bambling tries to take a
loose carry.
Oh no, he's called a strip. So I don't know what the difference between that one and Blake Lenihan's was, but as Mackay now will kick for touch. Try and get their set rolling about 25 metres from the Ipswich line.
I love the mullet on number
Cooper
5.
Bambling, yeah, it's a cracking haircut, isn't it?
It's brilliant.
Got to be good to wear it. As Perry now, he's tackled. They go short side, the 12 in Brenton Treston. He's get pulled up 5 metres from the Ipswich line. Hodges dummy half. Out to Bambling. Short ball. Onto Jack Brock. He's held up. Hodges dummy half. Hodges has a little run himself. Out the back. Still going Mackay. And looks like Sam Cook held there by Teven. He manages to get him to the ground.
Good work.
It's a good defence there from Jacob Teven. They come back to short side now. Hodges up and out of dummy half. 4 Jets bring him down and penalised for offside. Not making the line back, which I think might have been Jacob Teven who got involved. He made the first tackle and didn't quite get himself back on side. So Mackay start a set again with Sam Cook with the ball. He takes a quick tap. Hits Perry. He's tackled 5 metres short of the Ipswich line. Hodges dummy half. Goes open side. Bambling. Bambling stops, steps back in. Collared by the... No, still going.
Still going.
Now he's collared by the Jets defence. They managed to bring him down 10 metres out. And Mackay trying to set something up. Trying to get a try out of somewhere. As the Ipswich line comes up. Burns gets it out to Anderson. Cullen Anderson brings in Rogan Dean. Gets him interested. Passes the ball out there to Sheldon Bobbitt, who goes in the corner for Mackay.
Well,
and not what Ipswich wanted, Jacko.
No, that was good work from Cullen Anderson. He knew that space was going to be a bit quiet out on this left, so he's just gone for it and got it out to Bobbitt on the wing. So good work.
Carlin just managed to get on the outside of Richie Pandia, and I think Rogan Dean might have lost just a little bit of confidence in Richie instead of letting Richie get him, and got a little bit interested as he came in towards Rogan. As Rogan came in towards Carlin, he's just popped the ball out there to Bobbitt, and Bobbitt scored in the corner like all good wingers do.
Fantastic work. So this will put them ahead. At the moment, 10-8 in favour of the Mackay Cutters with a kick to come. So they're matching it, but we've got a little bit of work to do in just watching our discipline. It seems to just be a little bit non-consistent.
I think the big thing is, Jacko, as well, we've probably spent, Ipswich have probably spent the best part of 10 or 15 minutes camped down in that Mackay 20 and haven't come away with any points. And Mackay's come up into the Ipswich 20 for one set and managed to get another try. So maybe they need to change up a bit of their attack, Ipswich, and throw a bit of tradition at them and see what Mackay have got there as Carlin now lines up 22 metres back, right on the touchline, right in front of us. He moves in, hits it like one of my golf shots, goes to the left, and he misses. So,
and I've got to say a big hello to the Ipswich City Switch Committee, our fan group. If you are a member and you're watching this on the Phoenix Media's YouTube page, or you're listening live at 11:97 a.m. or on Phoenix Radio via the TuneIn app, we do hope you're having a good night listening in and tuning in. But they do such a great job.
They do, mate.
Our official fan club. Of course, Phoenix Media Hub is powered by USQ, the University of Southern Queensland.
As Purcell goes for the short kickoff, we've got Ipswich have rung a few changes. Mitchy Carpenter's off the field. Billy McConaughey's off the field as well. So we'll find out those changes. And Mackay have done the same thing with Big Paree coming off and putting a new player on as well. So we'll pick up those numbers as we go. As it looks like Josh Siege is on for Ipswich. Mackay slinging out the back in Burns. Still going underneath Siege. Over the top is Jacob Teven. The changes looks like Timo Paskey's on the field as well. No, Timo's still there. So CG went on for Mitchy Carpenter. As Mackay now come the short side. Anderson again with a kick this time. Doesn't manage to get it back. Great work, Nat Neal. The big front rower scrambles back and dives on the ball. So that's good work from Nat. Good captain's knock. Leading from the front, Rogan Dean now. A bit of a loose pass. Rogan manages to catch it. Doesn't make too much ground this time. He's tackled just shy of the Ipswich 20. So Ipswich, what have they got here? As Connors comes out of dummy half. It's Josh Siege. He charges it up. And the 17 is on the field for Mackay and Sam Johnson. We go again as Connors. Connors with Blake Lanahan is a big collision. A big collision, which he's going to call a shoulder charge by the look of this. I thought that was a front on with a chest. It's on report. No damage done. Both players look a little bit bemused. So the only one who thought that was dangerous then was the referee, Jacko. And he's the only one who
got the penalty, so that's good by us.
Ipswich now to start their set right on halfway as Purcell with the tap. He goes across the field looking for runners. Still going Purcell. Loses ground on that time. He's tackled there by Jordan Kenworthy. So Connors out of dummy half. Shea. Lenihan. Tackled well over there by Ross Bella. Bambling underneath as well. Connors. This time, Ben Shea hits it straight up and he's met front on by Jordan Kenworthy. He loves his defence, Kenworthy, by the look of him. Benny Shea plays it on the Mackay 40. As now it's Mosley looking to take the line on. He's tackled over the top by Bambling. So tackle for Ipswich, 40 from the Mackay line. Connors takes off out of dummy half. Looking for runners. It's gone backwards. Dropped Ipswich. Player 6 to go, Ipswich. As Jacob Teven now just looking for runners going across the field. Picks up Josh Siege. So 6 more for Ipswich. So tackle 1. Good position to attack from. 35 out from the line. Connors comes short side. Pandya trying to push Cook away. Can't quite do it. With the help of Brendan Tresworthy, they managed to bring him down. It's Connors now dummy half. Throws it long out there to Teven. Long again to Mosley. Mosley looking for runners. Picks up a short one in Blake Lenihan. He's tackled on the 20-metre line. Mosley dummy half. There's a little bit of a scoot, Mosley. Still going, Kieran. Just manages to get through the line, but good tackle there underneath by Jordan Kenworthy once again. As they play the ball, quick play the ball. Connors up and out. Still going Connors as he got the balls. He lost it. He has lost the ball. It's picked up there by Bambling. So Mackay now with the ball, Jacko. That was a set gone wanting for Ipswich.
We were so close and yet so far.
True. Mackay now. Just shy of Ipswich, just shy of their own 20. Hodges. Burns coming up, giving the forwards a bit of a rest. He's tackled well underneath by Kieran Mosley with the help of Lenihan and Shea. Yamba Bowie with a run. Good tackle over the top there by Josh Siege or Jaden Connors. So look to kick. It's gone for a 40-20 here in Hodges. Might be out on the full. It's short of the 20. Purcell mucks around. Bambling comes through, picks it up.
Get that
and is going to score a try. Michael Purcell took ages to get to that ball. Bambling wanted it the most. Virtually kicks it out of Purcell's hand, runs around and scores under the post for Mackay to really hit the lead now, Jacko. That was sloppy.
Well, that was ours for the taking, but as you said, Percy just took his time and probably didn't realise that he was getting encroached really quickly by Bambling. And Bambling's been in everything tonight. He's out there to play football, and he got that one and scored that try underneath the post. So well done to Bambling and, of course, Mackay Cutters. So they'll go to 14-8 with a kick to come with roughly around 12 minutes.
Just under 2 minutes to go, Jack.
Oh, 2.
Better clean those glasses.
No, I took them off to try and see under the clock. Who took that extra one?
That was...
Well, it's probably, look, at this time, with only a minute to go, but, the Jets aren't going to want to go in with this scoreline. Sitting at a possible 16-8, so they're going to have to address something.
Yeah, that was a bit of a, Hodges from dummy half went for the 40-20 and the ball, landed shy of the 40 and Purcell had plenty of time to pick it up and took forever. And that's, you chase everything like you're going to get there. And that's what Cooper Bambling did, leading from the front as a captain as well. And he chased hard. And as Purcell went to pick it up, he kicked it and the balls just slipped straight up into his hands and away he went and he scored onto the post. So now the Cutters extend their lead now out to 16. The Savage Pest Control Ipswich Jets 8 with just under 1 minute to go towards half time. So Ipswich will look like they're going to get to the kick-off and try and get the ball back and try and get a bit of positive just before half time as Purcell kicks off now and kicks it out on the full, which is not what they would have wanted. So now they're looking, Mackay looking here 2 points. They've all got their fingers up 2-2. Whether or not the kicker has got the distance. Oh, quick tap.
Quick tap.
2, quick tap. What are they doing? They're kicking for touch. Mackay. So they're keen for 6. Keen for 6 points here now, Mackay. They're going to start their set. 15 seconds to go. 30 metres from the Jets line as Anderson hands it off to Treston. Treston's tackled now. 25 from the Ipswich line. Hodges dummy half. Out to Cook. Cook, long ball, Bambling. Long ball again. So Burns now with the ball. There's the hooter. So there's the hooter for half time. Is it picked up by Teven? A loose ball. Still going Teven. Mackay end up stopping that. So as we go to half time, the Mackay Cutters 16, the Savage Pest Control Ipswich Jets 8. Well, Jacko, that was, I think that's a half that Ipswich have probably let get away.
Well, they did. They had such a great start at that half, and as you say, they've just let it go away. And little things in there like that last try was scored by Bambling. That was our ball, but Percy just took his time getting there. As you said, Bambling is leading by the front and just managed to kick that forward and pick it up and score. So they're going into the sheds at half time, 16-8, and that's definitely not what the coaching staff will want.
No, especially, they would have been happy 10-8 if that's all it was going to be. And that try's come virtually out of nothing. But, like I said before, it's gone now, so they just got to put it out of their heads and get back into the game and start again for the next 40.
Exactly. So you're listening to the home game, or you're watching the home game here as part of USQ Phoenix Media's Media Hub. And, of course, you are watching this live match, Savage Pest Control Ipswich Jets take on the Mackay Cutters. And you are watching it on Phoenix Media's YouTube page or listening live on 11:97 a.m. or on Phoenix Radio via the TuneIn app. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. We'll go to an ad break.
Become more than employable, more than passionate, more than skilled. With support, knowledge, and belief, you can become inspiring, indispensable, in demand. Become more with the #1 uni for graduate employment in Queensland.
Springfield finally has its own voice.
Come home to Phoenix Radio.
Springfield's new place to hear about new and upcoming local music.
Springfield's new and upcoming radio personalities.
Springfield's local entertainment.
Springfield's new voice for local news.
Springfield, we're your local community radio station, Phoenix Radio.
The North Ipswich Reserve, home of the mighty Savage Pest Control Ipswich Jets. And of course, it is the home game, our last home game for 2019, being our last ground here, because we've only got one left up in Sunny Coast.
Yep.
And of course, it is Old Boys Day. I've just poked my head down there. There is a heap of old legends down there. And of course, you were standing there as well, so your class is one of them. So we do thank you for watching us on Phoenix Media Hub's YouTube page, or listening live on 1197 AM or on the Phoenix Radio through their app. So we do thank you for listening and tuning in. You obviously poked your head in the sheds at half time, getting anything out of it.
A bit of frustration.
Yep.
boys are frustrated. They know where they're going wrong, and they need to fix it every time they sort of get themselves in a position to fix it. They drop the ball, or they give away a penalty, or they miss a tackle, and it's they're a bit frustrated in there at the moment, but they know which way they need to head and what they need to do. So hopefully that'll come out in this half.
Yeah, look, they were playing really good for the first 10 minutes, but just dropped away with silly little penalties, and they had the Cutters down that end in the Cutters red zone for quite a while, but just couldn't crack it.
Yeah.
So congrats to them for their strong defence. But a couple of inchy little things. The kick from that Bampling got to get the ball back. Prior to that, the try prior to that was Carlin Anderson slipping out to the left-hand side onto the winger. So, they're doing the things right when it's needed. So
yeah, the effort's certainly there. Mackay really, digging in and trying hard. And Ipswich just need to up their output. When the big secret for when Ipswich runs across is you've got to have players itching to come back under and struggling for that at the moment and giving away the penalty. And the energy's just a little bit low. So somebody needs to, take the ball by the horns and really make a difference out there on the field. And there's enough good players to do it, but it's just that time of year where, guys got to start to dig deep and, play for contracts or play for spots or do something. But, the effort will have to improve. But by all means, they're not out of the game, but they just need to make sure that, what they do better.
Exactly. Well, only a converted try +2 down, so there is still a little bit of work for them to do, and they've got to come out and just restore some pride in front of the old boys, and it is packed over there in the corporate centre. Are you heading over afterwards for a lemonade?
I will actually. I want to hear all the good stories and how good some of them blokes have got since I spoke to them last.
So once again, welcome to the home game where you're watching the Savage Pest Control Ipswich Jets here at the North Ipswich Reserve.
As Mackay now, Ipswich kick off. Running, of course, they've got the River Tether back this time as Mackay now hit the ball up in the 17 and Sam Johnson. He's tackled, the 11, that one, Ross Bella, tackled just on the 40 as now Sam Johnson now. It's his turn. He gets himself over the halfway. So a good start here for the second half from Mackay as they go again at the head out, and he's spilt the ball. And looks like Carlin Anderson has spilt the ball. So Ipswich now take control as Pandya gets across the field. Still going Pandya.
Good run.
Hodges manages to get hold of him and brings him to the ground. So not the start Mackay wanted, but of course the start Ipswich were after as Connors now goes to dummy half. Looking for runners. Picks up Josh Siege. Comes back in behind the play the ball, Siege. Running with a bit of spirit there, so hopefully the rest of them will play off the back of that. Trying to get a quick play the ball. Referee lets it go. Hodges hung on for a long time then. Stephen picks up Nat Neal. Nat comes back in behind the play the ball. Connors back to Ben Shea. Ben Shea goes across the field and tries to dig in between a couple of runners and can't quite get there. Stephen now dummy half. Connors. Long ball Mosley. Mosley underneath to Blake Lenahan. Tries to get his nose through. Can't quite do it. He looks for a quick play the ball. A couple efforts as they go again. Mosley. Mosley puts it on the toe. Picked up well there by Yamba Bowie, who goes back across the field. Tackled by Teven with the help of Nat Neal. And, of course, hello to Nat's mum and dad watching over there in Waipu Cove, Jacko, where it probably will be a beautiful -5 at 8 o'clock at night or whatever time it is. What are they, +2? Yeah, nearly 9 o'clock. Yeah. They're having a nice cup of bromite or something like that in New Zealand, or do they still kill possums and all that sort of gear or what?
I don't know, bro. What are you saying, bro?
I don't know. I'll have to ask some of the boys over here. I'll ask Al when he comes back. They'll be back in a couple of weeks. There's Mackay now. Charging the ball up is Kenworthy. He's tackled 25 short of the Ipswich sign. Last tackle Mackay. They go short side. They put the ball up high. Purcell climbs. There's a contest. Knock on Ipswich. So Mackay now will get the feed. There's a pretty good kick there from, looked like it was a right footer, so it was probably, there might have been Carlin Anderson, and a good chase from the Mackay side, and Purcell couldn't quite handle it.
you know, look, they've made great work to get up there and then force the error in a knock on by Ipswich. So this is, you know, they're going to get the ball out. And I'm looking at white line. I think that's the 10. Yep, it is the 10. I've got to look through cameras here, and so 10 metres out, and they're going to be on the attack.
Bambling with the ball. There's a sloppy pass out the back.
Sloppy,
Burns managed to pick it up, but Mackay lose 12 metres from the scrum there.
That was sloppy
That's a good
work.
tackle from Isiafoka. They go back across. That's Dan Russell. He's tackled in the middle of the field. 3 Ipswich players still can't bring him down as Nat Neal lifts his leg up, managed to get him on the ground. Mackay trying to set up another attacking raid. Come the short side. This is the 15 and David Munro on the field now. He's tackled well.
Fresh legs.
Connors managed to hold him up. Hodges out of dummy half. Ipswich rush out, try to get him, and he sneaks through Hodges, but there's been a penalty here to Mackay. Offside Ipswich, leaving early. The traditional penalty against Ipswich on the try line for leaving early every week.
Now, why wouldn't he play the advantage and just award the try?
Because he didn't score the try. It was probably going to be a double movement, so he said no try and goes back. As Mackay now. Cook with a big dummy. Looks to come back in behind the play. The ball comes to the short side. Cook. Long ball there out to the centre, and Russell throws it over the top, and it goes forward. So let off for Ipswich. So Mackay probably bomb a chance.
And it wasn't going to be a try anyway. Karma.
Karma. What number is he? Did he drop the ball? I missed him.
No. Look, you know, a bit of a let off there for the Jets because they were on the attack there, but the Colours are doing a lot of good work tonight. They seem to be doing it where it's needed, and I can't get over, you know, I think someone in the Jets has got to grow a mullet because Bambling has done such a great job, the number 6.
Yeah, he plays really well, Cooper Bambling. He looks like a C grader out of, you know, in the back blocks or somewhere.
Yeah, he does.
Just a guy running around in a pub league having a game, but he goes really well, Bambling, as now Ipswich try to come off their own line. Get tackled there on about the 20. Looking for the quick play. The ball is a Foka. They go again, Richie Pandia. He looks for an offload. Goes backwards. Nat Neal now flings one out the back. Kieran Mosley picks it up. Here's a quick pass here to Benny White. Benny White looking to get on the outside and can't quite get the ball to Marmon Barber as he's tackled there well by Russell. Barber dummy half. Mosley. Ben Shea comes back towards the play. The ball tackled again by Russell. He flings it out the back. Picked up by a Foka. Foka trying to use a footwork. Oh, nearly squeezed through the hole, but tackled there by the 17 and Sam Johnson. Quick play the ball now as Blake Lenihan. He's tackled right on the halfway. Trying to get a quick play the ball. Not allowed. Last tackle Ipswich. Sling it back out. Nat Neal kicks it straight up in the air. So the ball could go anywhere, and it does. Richie Pandia now they got it. Still last tackle Ipswich as they choose to run. Mosley, long ball, calls it forward. Marmon puts a kick up. They call time off because the ball's been kicked away.
That's kicked by, well, he shouldn't have. He shouldn't have kicked, full stop. I know he was probably under pressure. He probably should have slipped it out, but not kicked it. That kick went nowhere and has virtually given them a bit of field placement. But, yeah, Colours are doing well here.
As Mackay now play the ball, Cooper Bambling plays the ball. Ball goes to Yamba Bowie, who hits it up. 16 on the field as well now in Faliti Talanoa. He'll be looking to have a run. One of the boys falls over and gets up. Johnson fell over, got up, and then offloaded out to the 15, and David Munro plays the ball. They come back to the right side now, Mackay. Cook, Bambling, Byrne trying to back his way out of trouble as Mosley end up with the help of a Foka and Ben White. They bring him to the ground. 18 metres short of the Ipswich line. Bambling dummy half. Talanoa now at the ball. He goes straight into the teeth of the Ipswich defence. Blake Lenihan gets over the ball. Now tackled 5 metres short of the Ipswich line. Tackle 5 is a bit of a tie-up in the play. The ball. They go short side. Hodges with a kick. Straight to Marmon Barber who picks it up. Still going. Barber. He's away. The pass. And hits Purcell. And Purcell's away. Carlin Anderson's chasing him. What a foot race. Can Carlin get to him? Purcell's still going. Carlin looking for the big tackle in the end and gets him. What a tackle from Carlin Anderson. And it's a double movement. Great tackle, Carlin Anderson, as they run in to congratulate him, and there's Jets players underneath everywhere. What a great foot race that was. Carlin never gave up.
No.
He got to Percy 2 metres from the try line, tackled him, and Purcell's been penalised for a double movement.
Well, they would have taken themselves back a couple of years when they did that. They ran together that fast, but unfortunately they're wearing the same jumper. Tonight they're not. And Carlin got to him and took him out and just forced that double movement. But great work, you know.
It was a great chase from Carlin. He never gave up, and he herded Percy into the sideline and managed to get to him right at that last step and got him into the sideline, and Percy couldn't help himself and reached out. So obviously the ball hit the ground before he could reach out over the try line. So another opportunity gone missing for Ipswich as Mackay try and work it off their line. A big 3-man tackle for Ipswich, drive him back. And he plays the ball right under the goalpost. They come out again, 1 man out. Hodges with the ball. He's looking for someone. Offload.
They seem pretty bunched.
Might be the new man, Talanoa, who gets the ball stripped. It's a great strip from Nat Neal. So Ipswich on the attack. They get the ball 20 metres from the Mackay line. Great strip, Nat Neal. As Richie Pandia takes off out of dummy half. Running across the field. Still going Pandia. He's tackled 15 short of the Mackay line. Mosley. Ipswich will be looking to make this one count now. Ben Shea heads towards the goalpost. Tackled well by Hodges. Underneath Bambling. So Ipswich trying to penetrate this Mackay defence, who's been very strong so far. Connors looking for runners. Still going Connors. Picks up Blake Lenahan. He comes back towards the goalpost. Dives in the goalpost. Spinning Blake Lenahan. He's over the line. Can't get the ball down. They drive him back. So close, but no cigar for Ipswich as Connors goes to dummy half. What have they got up their shoe? A slinger wide. Teven steps back in towards the goalpost. Still Teven looking for runners. Purcell now with the ball. Can he redeem himself? Runs a big circle. Purcell looking for a hole. Going through. Purcell will score this time. Scores under the post. Great run from Michael Purcell. Nothing happening. Stayed on his feet. Did a couple of bit of circle work, Jacko. Bit of old school country circle work in the car.
Yeah.
Beat a few defenders and scores under the post. Great try, Michael Purcell.
Well, the scary part is, and it does happen a lot, they tend to run back when they're trying to run across. And it's very obvious that they're running back, and you can hear the crowd going forward, forward. But there's a method in their madness, and as you just saw it, he's opened up that hole and slipped straight through and scored basically just under the post there.
Especially a guy of Purcell's pace, Jacko, when he runs backwards and the defence starts to relax, and he guns it and takes off. He goes straight through a hole like nothing before they can close it. You know, it's like trying to get the fly out the window. You open the window and try and close it quick, and another 3 flies come in.
Exactly.
And that's how quick Percy can be. He just runs around looking for a hole, and that's a lot of the Ipswich players are quick. Marmon does the same thing. They look like nothing's happening, and the crowd get jeery, and all of a sudden hammer down straight through the hole as Marmon now's got this one under the posts.
Well, that will hopefully put us 2 points under. And there's still, I won't take the glasses off, 28, just under 29 minutes left in this match. So scoreline goes to 14-16 in favour of the Colours. So
that try brings Michael Purcell equal with the great Ricky Bird as
Ricky Bird.
The great Ricky Bird. He was a great player, Ricky Bird.
He was
number 2 in the try scoring ranks, I think. Nunny.
I was lucky enough to see Ricky at the end of his career, or towards the back end of his career, and just his knees gave out.
He was a great player.
Man with a lot of talent.
Oh, Marmon, and of course, and the great Duck Malone, who's here today.
Who's here tonight? Yeah,
I did see Duck. Yeah. So if Percy can get another 3 tonight, he'll tie with Duck. So let's hope he gets it tonight.
And a little story there. Ducky had a great career with us. He also went to the Pride, did a few games with Cowboys.
Played for Mackay.
And played for Mackay.
Yep.
But he's here tonight.
Yeah.
And as they say, once a Jet, always a Jet. And they do have that soft spot for the Jets.
Yeah, we spoke to him outside, and one of the boys said, geez, you'd have a few old boys to go to, and he rattled off about 5 or 6 in trust clubs. So so great work now as Connors.
Did he play for Norths? Maybe, no.
No, I don't think he played for Norths. That was Javan.
Oh, yeah.
As Timo Paskey's on the field as well. So Ipswich have ringed the changes. Josh Seed's got a rest. Ben Shea got a rest because Husky Tautai's on the field too. So hopefully we get a bit of fresh legs and a bit of go forward from those two big boys. Husky still has the shocking haircut, Jacko.
Yeah.
As Kieran Mosley now shifts it wide. Here's your Foka.
Here's some work.
Gets on the outside of Bambling, puts it on the shoe.
Number
straight
2.
to Yamba Bowie. He picks it up. Mosley gets him, nails him on the halfway. So it was a good attacking set from Ipswich, but it didn't finish well. Bambling now dummy half. Talanoa. Well tackled by Connors underneath. They managed to slow him down. Mosley comes in over the top with the help of Husky. They go again now, Mackay. As Ross Bella trucks it up. Sure, he's related to the great Martin Bella as well, Jacko. So there's one for the trivia buffs.
Are you
they
confident?
go to the left. Still going. Burns now. Out wide, Carlin Anderson. Can't quite get through. Well tackled there by Richie Pandia. That was good work. Carlin got his outside. Richie came back, but then gives away a penalty. Richie just to push in to play the ball. And Mackay get the penalty. And that was tackle 4 penalty, something that was spoken about in the dressing room at half-time as well, their stupid penalties. The Ipswich nearly ready to defend really strongly here as Cook kicks it out. He'll give Mackay their start about 20 metres from the Ipswich line. Quick tap. As we go, Johnson. He runs it up. He's tackled on the 10. They come to the right. Bambling. Bambling hits Munro. Munro's tackled 5 metres short of the Ipswich line, so they're inching closer. They go left through the 14. And Tyler Gardner, who scores under the post. Well, that was a nothing run as well. He just took off out of dummy half and a couple of missed tackles and score under the post. So good hit back from Mackay.
And he
Sloppy defence from
He
Ipswich.
had the momentum, and I don't know who the Jets player was, but seemed to roll him, and that sort of helped the momentum to get him over and get that ball down. But look, great work from the Cutters. They're just prepping this defensive line of the Jets, and
it's a back-to-back set from a stupid penalty, Jacko, which is
exactly
what they spoke about at half-time. You know, don't give back-to-back penalties, and if we can get a set after a set, we'll score a try. But that just happened to be exactly what's happened to the Jets as well, and under the post. So he'll throw this kick over, and the lead will go for Mackay. Will go back out to 8 points.
To 8 points, which means more work for us, and those long work. So Carlin will go for this kick.
Every time Ipswich start to get themselves on the front foot, they, throw a silly thing in, and that was Richie had made the great tackle, and then from the play the ball, we give away a penalty, and Mackay get another set and score one from dummy half, which is traditionally supposed to be our strongest part of our defence that we work on the most. And he just pushed through and scores an easy try under the post, and Carlin will throw this one over, and the Cutters will go out to that 8-point lead. He moves in, kicked it straight over Carlin.
So on the Jets Leagues Club scoreboard, it is 22-14 in favour of the Mackay Cutters, and so Percy's coming back up to halfway. He'll take the kick-off. They just need to get this ball working for the green and gold, and
Purcell goes for the short one. Well picked up there by Yamba Bowie.
Yep.
Ipswich tried to hurt him towards the sideline and can't quite get him there as he falls to the ground and tackle Imam and Barber. So away they go again. Talanoa. He trucks one up. Ipswich looking for the strip in Blake Lenihan. He can't quite get it. So they bring him to the ground with the help of Kieran Mosley. He's still hanging on, Blake Lenihan. Referee saying he's getting locked in. Wow, that should have been a penalty in there somewhere. As Mackay, still with the ball now. He's tackled in a 3-man Ipswich tackle, just shy of the 40. So in a good spot for Mackay. As they shoot it out to the left. 2-man tackle again for Ipswich. The dummy half will be Gardner, the try scorer. He comes back to the right-hand side. Hits Hodges. Hodges goes through a hole, hits Burns. Well tackled there by Ipswich by the 20 and Timo Paskey. They come the short side, Bambling. Bambling with a step and a pass. Still back, and he's called knock on. That was unlucky. That was enterprising work from Mackay. That was great work from Bambling.
That was great work, yeah.
Took the line on through a backhand pass. Just couldn't quite be handled there by Hodges. And a knock on, so another get out of jail for the Jets as Nat Neal plays at 10 metres from his own line.
So good work. You're watching the home game on Phoenix Media's YouTube page, or you're listening live on 1197 AM or on Phoenix Radio via the TuneIn app. Of course, Phoenix Media Hub is powered by the USQ, University of Southern Queensland.
Good set here defensively from Mackay. They've got up quick on Husky Tautai and Timo Paskey as well as big Isia Foka comes in and uses his 75-kilo frame to try and make a bit of a difference. And does well, though, as Connors gets out of dummy half. Ball's hit the ground. Richie Pandia still has it.
David Munro got up there and just clutching his head, so...
Connors looks for a 40-20 out of dummy half. I don't think he's going to get it as Burns catches it quite easily inside the 20. And Marmon Barber hits him with a good tackle and stops him on the spot. It's a great defence from Marmon. As now the pride. Yamba Bowie passes it out. Oh, look for a big shot there from Richie Pandia. He slows him down and Nat Neal finishes him off.
This is great work by the Jets. This is what we need to do, the big hits.
They're trying to attack with their defensive Jets at the moment. They're going to make sure they don't give away any penalties as Mackay come off their line. That's Johnson. That's the big centre in Russell. He just gets over the halfway as Ipswich try and get that strip play going again. Gets out to Hodges. Hodges looks like he's playing in the halves now. Gets to Perry, who's back on. He slips the ball out the back to Bambling. He's monstered by Husky Tautai. Still Bambling, still going. Timo Paskey comes in and helps out, and they manage to stop him. There's a big kick here from Carlin Anderson. I think the Mackay runners might have been offside. As Purcell manages to catch that. Not tackled in the air, apparently. So he'll play the ball. Away they go again, looking for a big set here from Ipswich. Jacko coming off their line.
Well, yeah, I want to question that tackle. He looked to be in the air, but not acted on by the referee. Oh, that's something we don't want.
Ipswich look to come off their line, and another one spilt clean. Isia Foka. Both hands to it and spilled his lollies. So another mistake by Ipswich. One they're going to need to really cover up and defend hard and not miss any tackles here. Mackay will attack from the scrum, 22 metres from the Ipswich line.
With 20 minutes to go, that time's getting shorter. We've got two tries.
I think there's plenty of time there for the Jets, Jacko. They just got to stop the mistakes and try and get down the other end and then give Mackay something to think about. But at the moment, it's too easy for Mackay as they win the scrum and they go wide. Cook gets it to Anderson. Carlin tries to get around Richie, but Richie manages to make the tackle. Mackay ring the changes again as the number 10 comes back on, Jack Brock. He replaces
Carlin's
Johnson.
got an injury. Limping off.
Good tackle over there by Jaden Connors. Now Mackay again. Cook. Perret. Still going Perret. He's tackled there. Husky Tautai underneath. Billy McConaughey back on the field for Ipswich. They go short side. Cook. Backhand pass. Still out. Bambling looking to kick. Gives it to Burns. A little bit of Jess footy here. As Burns looking for a hole. Running behind players. His own players. And then submits to the tackle. As is the want of everybody these days. So the Gardner, the 14, gets out. Long ball. Out to Anderson. Anderson tackled over there by Pandia. With the help of Teven, they drag him towards the sideline. Last tackle, Mackay. Hand goes back up in the air. Cook with the ball. Cook with the little dinky one over the top. Talanoa catches the ball, flops it back. Bambling now. He flops it back. Another kick. The big front row out to the winger. Marmon gets there first. What are they calling? They're calling touched Ipswich.
Yeah, touched Ipswich.
I think that was that the front rower off the ground then, Jacko? Was it the 11? Might have been the 11. Was it Ross Bella?
I think it was Ross Bella.
Kicked the ball off the ground from when Cooper Bambling dumped it back, and it was a nothing kick, but big chase there from Yamba Bowie, and Marmon just got there first and managed to push it out, so it'll be a dropout Ipswich.
Look, Yamba... I'm starting to get confused. Yamba's doing some great work. Oh,
not tackled in the air that time as Dan Russell gets a bit of his own back and didn't like it from Purcell.
Yeah.
Referee's telling him to play the ball. There we go. Start on. Away we go again. So they've sorted out their differences. Perret. He goes back towards the play the ball, pushing players off left, right and centre. Billy McConaughey gets underneath with the leg. Managed to slow him down. Gardner. Cook. Bella. He's tackled under the goalposts. Gardner now looking for runners. Bambling. Bambling at the back. Burns. Missed tackle there. Hafoka. And they slip it out. Yamba Bowie scores a try. Too easy for Mackay. Comes from another mistake from Ipswich, Jacko, and they're just going through quite easy at the moment, Mackay. And Ipswich, you've got to turn something around fairly quickly.
And as I said, they're running out of time. And that was Yamba Bowie, another good piece of work there to score that try virtually, unopposed over here on the right-hand side. But there is a player down. I'm just trying to find out who it is limping back.
Yeah, it wasn't good from Ipswich. And another missed tackle, and they just couldn't manage to, to cover it up. And they just got on the outside, and Yamba Bowie scored right in the corner, right in front of the old boys as well. So Ipswich now, if they can't, as Barber leaves the field, looks like
That's
that might be a twisted knee by the look of that.
He came off, and I was trying to watch, but then the try went over. But
yeah, I think that must have been why why Ipswich was short on that left side, because Marmon was injured.
Yeah, he was injured.
I didn't see him go down, but I did see Issy go through, and he missed the first man. Then we had nobody there, so that's obviously what's happened. But no excuse, we're just Ipswich making two made mistakes and inviting Mackay back into the game, and they've taken it with both hands every time, Mackay.
You're watching the home game. It is the Phoenix Media Hub's rugby league stream on the Phoenix Media YouTube page, or listening live on 11:97 a.m. or Phoenix Radio via the TuneIn app, as Carlin goes in for this kick and slips it.
He sprayed
to the
it again, another hook.
On the Jets Leagues Club scoreboard with 15 and a half minutes left. It is Cutters sitting on
26.
26.
They just changed it up there.
Yeah, they haven't changed it. Yeah, 26 to 14. And just a few little mistakes creeping in that are just holding our forward.
Well, it's not an insurmountable lead, Jacko. It's 2 tries in 15 minutes. So we well and truly know that Ipswich have got that in them. But they're just going to need that one person to start to spike them up, and they need to start attacking with their defence, and probably not so much worry about the strips, but just get in and make Mackay work hard for their metres, as they're tackled now 40 short of the Ipswich line. Now Anderson gets whacked over there by Richie Pandia. They get up and play the ball. They come to the right. Hodges out to Jack Brock. He's tackled just shy of halfway. As now Gardner at dummy half. Oh, a bit of a high tackle from Ipswich, and they're happy to let it go as Hodges. So last tackle, Mackay. They fling it at the back. Carl Anderson now at the high ball again. Pitch it out to the wing of Rogan Dean, who catches that, comes back into the middle of the field looking for a hole. They just hold on to him as Brogan manages to poke his head through the gap. A good tackle there from the 11 in Ross Bella. Ben Shea back on the field. He's tackled 30 out from his own line. Connors now dummy halves, played the full game in the middle. Nat Neal, another full game from Nat. He gets up to the 40 and tackled. So Ipswich just happy to run it one out as Billy McConaughey now hits one up. He gets himself to the halfway and just over. Connors again dummy half as another change as Nat Neal gets a rest and Mitchie Carpenter goes back on the field. Kieran Mosley brings Timo Paskey underneath. Still going Timo. He's tackled 40 out from the Mackay line.
Some good runs.
Tackle 5 Ipswich. Ball to Teven. Teven with a little dinky one over the top, chasing hard Purcell. Still going Purcell. Managed to knock back Mackay as Byrne picks the ball up and he's away. Still got a couple of Ipswich players in front. Still going Mackay, beating 3. Burns beating 3 tackles. Eventually he's brought down there by Paskey. Go again, Yamba Bowie. Tackled again by Timo Paskey. 2 in a row. Great work out of marker. They come back to the right side. Perret pushes off Carpenter. Another big palm. Tries to get rid of Tautai. Can't do it. Carpenter comes back for a second bite. And he's tackled. Hodges shifts it out. Good tackle again by Husky Tautai. They managed to get the ball away. So Mackay just sizing up. Jack Brock takes it into the teeth of the defence. Right in the middle of the field now, Mackay. They come left. Bambling kicks it through. Connors, who's gone out on the Mama's wing. Connors picks it up. Jaden's away. He's still going, Jaden, looking for runners, looking for some support play. Goes back in the middle of the field, picks up Ben Shea. Not the speed man he was looking for, but at least it was a support player.
So they made good meters there.
He's tackled there and gets the penalty too.
Yep.
Ben Shea right on halfway. So Ipswich now. Jaden Connors can't get a quick tap. I still can't work out what's a quick tap and what's not. I'll never work that out. As Purcell now, he kicks for touch. So Ipswich will start this set 30 metres from the Mackay line.
You're a coach, aren't you?
Oh, so frustrating. One week they take a quick tap, the next week they're not allowed.
Yeah.
Benny White now taps the ball. Bambling just manages to hang on to him as White's tackled 20 from the Mackay line. Connors into dummy half. He shifts it to the right. Mosley looking for runners. He picks up Tautai. He just charges into the Mackay defence. 3 players to bring him down. Connors into dummy half again. Ipswich lined up to the right. Billy McConaughey's on the field. He charges one back in. Now, Connors dummy half. They go right again. Teven looking for runners. Still going Teven. Trying to poke his nose through. Can't quite get there. He's tackled 8 metres out. Richie Pandia dummy half. Well, he goes himself, Richie Pandia. Cross the field now. On flows to Connors. Connors to Mosley. Mosley with runners. Still Mosley. Looking for runners. Picks up Ben White. Left foot, Ben White. Offload. Ben Shea. Ben Shea trying to get the arms free. Can't quite do it. Good tackle there from the big number 10 in Jack Brock. Managed to lock his arms up. So last tackle Ipswich. 5 from Mackay line. Connors to Teven. Teven back the inside of Purcell who kicks it. Still going Purcell. And he'll score. Wow, that came out of nothing. Paul Burns couldn't handle it.
That was a simple little mistake by the fullback from the Cutters, which allowed and credit to Percy for continuing to play on. You've got to play the whistle and just keep your eye on the ball until that whistle goes.
It was an absolute nothing kick, Jacko. He come back on the inside and Jacob was going to kick it and then looked up and passed it back inside to Percy, who then managed just to put it on the shoe. And I think the bounce beat Paul Burns at fullback, and Percy managed to keep his feet and got through and scored just inside the dead ball line. So Ipswich still alive now as he looks to convert his own try with just on 10 minutes to go. Purcell, couple of steps back. Don't be Redcliffe game. He moves in, hits it well, goes straight over this time.
He does it right in front of the Switch City Committee, our very own Jets Football Club fan club. So a good place to do it, but that was some great work by Percy.
It was good work. He's probably got a couple to redeem himself about. So, but good work from him. He got the kick and managed to keep his feet, and away they went. So the Ipswich Jets Leagues Club scoreboard reads the Mackay Cutters 26, the Savage Pest Control Ipswich Jets 20 with just on 9.5 minutes to go. So Ipswich still well and truly in the game, but another try from Mackay might put it to bed. But I think it'll be attack for Ipswich.
This is where they've got to switch on their A game.
They just got to cut the mistakes, Jack.
Yeah,
that'll be the big thing for Ipswich.
I was about to say, no silly mistakes.
It's Carlin Anderson kicks off and Husky Tautai brings the ball up. Picks up Rogan Dean back on an unders play. Rogan hits it up. He's tackled 15 metres from the Ipswich line. So now, what can Ipswich throw at him? Husky now with a run. Oh, he's met front on by the lock in Kenworthy. That was a good tackle front on. He's still hanging on, Kenworthy. Get a bit of help from his mates. As Pandia comes in and helps the forwards out, he takes a little run to the right-hand side. Manages to get himself just shy of the 40. And he's brought down by the number 3 in Dan Russell. Connors now dummy half. Billy McConaughey takes him on again. He's tackled just shy of halfway by Jaden Connors with the help of Brock. Teven drops Carpenter back in. Carpenter comes back across the field. Still going Carpenter. Ball in one hand. Managed to offload to Ben White. Benny White steps back in off the left foot. Try to get the ball out. Can't quite do it. Talanoa's there with the help of Ross Bella. And they bring him down. Last tackle Ipswich. 40 in on the Mackay line. Goes to Mosley. Mosley with the kick this time. Oh, Purcell gets taken out by Hodges as Burns catches the ball. And they did see it.
Yep.
And it will be a penalty, Ipswich. Jaden Hodges with the late takeout. Nothing sinister. He just tackled him. So it was good that it was noticed. Connor's now got the ball. as Ipswich now. Their want for these ones is usually to take the 2. But what are they? And they are.
Yeah, they are. So if they can do it quick, there's 7.5 minutes left on the clock. If they can get this set up and put through quick, touch wood.
He's got to kick it as well,
That's
Jacko.
right.
Otherwise, it's one guy missing. If he doesn't get the 2 points, he's got to at least kick it dead so they get the ball back from a 20-metre dropout. But it is the want of the Jets coaches to take points when it's on and then back themselves to get back down here to score a try. So Purcell moves in, hits it, just shades inside the right-hand post, and it's another 2 points for Percy.
So that was some good work from, I'm going to say, you don't want to see anyone taken out after they kick the ball. And it does happen a lot.
Yeah. And that was a nothing play from Hodges. You know, he didn't have to do it. He could have let Percy go. And back,
you know,
as it was, Burns swallowed the ball anyway. So as we go out, the Mackay Cutters 26, the Savage Pest Control, Ipswich Jets 22 with just under 7 minutes to go. So Carlin to kick off. Ipswich be looking for a good set here with no mistakes. That's a big thing for Ipswich from here on in, Jacko, is a mistake rate. It has to be nil. Has to be nil in attack and nil in defence. It's taken there by Mosley. Tautai gets across the field. Still going Tautai. Dropped under Rogan Dean. Dropped under Jacob Teven. And takes it himself and gets tackled just shy of the 20-metre line. So Teven dummy half. Josh Siege back on the field now. He takes it up. He's tackled 25 from the Ipswich line. Blake Lenihan has a rest. Nat Neal and Billy McConaughey both combing the sidelines, trying to get themselves back on the field as Pandia comes across, picks up Benny White. Benny White once again, left foot, goes back across to where Richie just come from, tries to sneak in through the line. He just can't quite get his arms free. It's Jacob Teven come up beside him. Now Connors at dummy half. Connors has a little snoop out of dummy half. Still Connors and draws a penalty. It's time out here.
So who's he going to
as the
call
referee
out?
puts it on report for a trip.
Okay.
I missed who that trip was. That might have been Jaden Hodges, but he's put someone on report for a trip. As Ipswich now, with the penalty kick, will start this set 35 metres from the Mackay line. Just over 5.5 minutes to go. Carpenter with the ball. He takes it up into the defence. Is tackled on the 30. But he's looking for a quick play. The ball. Connors now. Ben Shea. Ben Shea gets across the field, just looking for runners. Still going Ben Shea. Tackled well there by Bella over the top and Cooper Bambling underneath. Both having good games, those Mackay boys. As Connors now, dummy half, hits Mosley. Teven goes across looking for runners. Gets it to Pandia, who stays wide. A big palm there from Pandia on the winger out there. Comes back across into the middle of the field. Still going Pandia. Josh Sheeds in support. Can't get it away. Now Connors, as they slow the ball down. This
is where the crowd needs to get behind the Jets.
Connors has a dip out of dummy half. Takes 4 to bring him down. 12 metres from the Mackay line. Siege at dummy half. He shifts the ball out now. Teven looks for runners. He gets it to Mosley. Mosley goes himself. Mosley looking for runners. Still Mosley.
Yes!
Mosley scores.
Oh, that is...
Kieran Mosley.
Woo!
Takes on the defence. Little left foot step. Gets to the fullback. Looked inside for a support player. Couldn't quite get there in Purcell. And then he took on Paul Burns and beat him with a step left, right, and scores a great try, Kieran Mosley.
Look, that was a great individual effort by Mosley just to make sure he got over, and which he did. And so it's going to be, an even better kick. And I'm trying to see, they're probably, what about 10 metres on this side?
Yeah, he'd be roughly, he's probably 12 metres in from touch, taking it back about 18. So, and on his favoured side, Purcell. And as we can see, taking the 2 from the penalty has paid off this time,
Well,
Jacko.
it has. No, it has.
The Jets have got themselves in a position now to put themselves in front with just on 3 minutes 30 to go. So as Purcell lines up, that was great work from Kieran Mosley. It's probably the first time, the first real time he's taken the line on tonight. Yep. He's had a couple little dips and probably sort of half-hearted stuff, but that time he took them on. And
now, he puts us over. This creates a massive drama because how are we going to fit 300 old boys in the dressing shed?
We might have to bring
with
the
100
boys.
sponsors.
We might have to bring the boys out into the sponsors area and
I'd
go.
say
from
they're going to
there.
have to. They're going to have
Now,
to.
Purcell lined this up. I'm standing right behind him. It's taking a little bit of time, Percy, so just under 3 minutes left on the clock. Hitsees at training all the time. So how about Kirsty as he moves in, hits it, dinks it over, gets inside that right-hand post again. And the Jets hit the front.
With
first time since kickoff, Jacko, I think.
With 2.5 minutes left on the clock. So that Jets Leagues Club scoreboard looks fantastic to me. 28-26 in favour of the Savage Pest Control Ipswich Jets. You're listening to the home game, closing minutes on the Phoenix Media Hub.
Carlin Anderson reverts back to the Jets days and goes for the short kickoff, but well handled there by Mitchie Carpenter. So now Ipswich just keep doing what they're doing as Josh Siege takes off from dummy half. Siege goes through. The chip and chase from Siege. Has he got the pace? He's trying to beat Burns. Still going Siege. He needs to tackle him or get the ball back.
Yes.
He strips it. No, he doesn't quite. Burns is tackled now. A metre from the line. Great work by Siege. Through the line, chip and chase. Probably should have just taken the tackle, but went for the glory, Siege. As they go again, and it's penalty Mackay. Crusher tackle. Husky Tautai, I think that's an accident with 1:40 left on the clock as we got time out now. We should crush a tackle. Husky's very concerned, but I think that was a complete accident as well as it looks like Yamba Bowie on the ground.
Look, watching a lot of the so-called crusher tackles, they are accidents, and that's got to be taken into account. And I think this one was. Look, he's up all right.
They're a dangerous tackle, and 90% of the time they're accidents, and sometimes, somebody just loses their head and away they go. So as we go now with 1:40 left, Mackay with the penalty makes a kick for touch, and they'll start this set 28 metres from their own line.
Just have to work hard here.
Ipswich need to defend hard here, Jacko, as the 17. And Sam Johnson, I think that is, charges one back on, so he's back on the field fresh. And Mackay throwing everything. Pereira out the back, Cook. Bella, he's tackled just on halfway. It's a big green call comes from Ipswich. They try not to give away a penalty.
No penalties.
Plays the ball. So still Mackay. Cook with the ball, gets it out the back, Bambling. Looking for runners, Burn steps left, steps right. He's tackled by Ben White with the help of Kieran Mosley. So just under a minute to go now. So still Mackay attacking as the 11 and Ross Bella runs it up. 3 Jets bring him to the ground. 32 metres from the Ipswich line. Hodges, dummy half. Pereira looking to get the arm free. Not quite. The ball hits the ground. Knock on Mackay.
Knock on.
40 seconds to go. Knock on Mackay. Ipswich feed to the scrum.
I think
high fives and woohooing in the crowd.
Exactly. They're starting the celebrations already, but they're going to hold play here because the Cutters have set up a scrum with 29 seconds to go in this match. And if the Jets can hold out here, 29 seconds, what a night to do it in front of the old boys.
Traditionally, 29 seconds is 3 tackles, Jacko. Where if you work on a 60-second set, should be 3 tackles the way the Jets can play if they just run them across the field. Don't be surprised if somebody gets the ball and runs backwards into the in goal here. Not a tactic I like, but a tactic that the coaching staff certainly do. As there's a big push here from Mackay. Ball slings out the back. He's going to repack it. Is it knock on Ipswich?
22 seconds.
As they now halt the clock at 20 seconds to go.
20 to go.
So it's a knock on from Ipswich at the back of the scrum. It'll be feed Mackay. And it's game on again. Wow. Or is it feed Ipswich? No.
Feed Mackay.
Trying to work out what's happening. So Mackay to feed the scrum. Big shove Mackay had. So it's time back on. They go the short side. Carlin Anderson.
Oh, great.
He's picked off by Richie Pandia. That was a great tackle, ball and all.
Fantastic.
13 seconds to go. Mackay now going to throw everything at it as the number 10 gets tackled there in Jack Brock.
4 seconds.
4 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Last throw of the dice here for Mackay. Bambling with the ball. Puts a kick on it. Straight to Hafoka. Hafoka gets it and stops it. And that's game Ipswich. Great comeback from the Savage Pest Control Ipswich Jets. They managed to hold on to the game, 28. Mackay Cutters, 26. What a finish, Jacko. That was a win we needed to have.
I'll tell you what, I was just watching the Corporate Centre, which is is where all the old boys are. And I tell you what, there was 300 of them down there, and they were counting every second down for this. But what a way to finish this last edition of the home game here at the North Ipswich Reserve. Your thoughts?
Well, thank God we won one.
Oh,
There's
no.
a couple of close ones we've had like that. We haven't been able to hang on, and we got ourselves to the front, and they've scored on us right at the last minute, and it looked like that was a possibility again. We had a scrum feed 30 seconds ago saying all we got to do is hang on for 3 tackles, and Mackay put a big shove on, and Ipswich managed to knock it on at the back of the scrum and get the scrum with 20 seconds to go. And the old golden rule that as a coach is you don't want them to kick it. When the hooter goes, don't kick the ball because you can't score if you haven't got the ball in hand. And Cooper Bambling put it over the top. It just happened that Isiafoka was standing back there waiting for the ball, and he swallowed it then. And at one stage I thought he was going to go the length as well, but Mackay managed to end up tackling him and going for Ipswich Jets. So good win.
Look, great win, and that is a fantastic game to finish the season off. What can you say? We saw some moments of despair, some moments of sheer brilliance, but in the end the Jets won it, and what a way to do it in front of the home crowd against a team that has been a bit of a hoodoo for us and beaten us at a few of the last games, but we've got them tonight.
Yeah, well, both teams had nothing to lose and probably chanced their arm a bit more than they did, and got a little bit relaxed, sometimes a little bit too relaxed, and didn't think exactly about what the job was at hand. But Ipswich managed to hang on, and it was probably a deserving win as well for the boys. I think they led after 2 minutes and then led again, and the second time they led was with 2 minutes to go. So they stuck in there all day, the boys, which is something that's probably been lacking, especially since the Redcliffe game, since they let Redcliffe get out of jail, with 9 minutes to go. So that was a great win.
So next week is season 2018 against Sunny Coast, who are sitting at the top with 1 loss. So that's going to be a hard battle, but the boys can go after tonight with their heads held high.
Yeah, well, they go up. They can go up. They go and go up and think, this is going to happen, or go up there and think, right, well, we can certainly do a job if we go up there. And, that win will give them confidence, and they got nothing to lose. So go up and chance your arm, but make your tackles and make Sunshine Coast really work hard for it. And it should be good. It's a Channel 9 game too, Jacko, so all the Jets fans get on what's it on now, Gem or Go or whatever they do it now, and that'll be good. Before you wrap up, Jacko, I just want a little personal one. On Friday, the 30th, will be is what is called Jersey Day, and you see the NRL's been advertising on every game that they've had. A little personal connection, my eldest lad, Max, who's now 13, had a liver transplant coming up 3 years ago.
He's fighting fit now?
Fighting fit. But he'd only come about through the generous donation of an organ from a family of a person that was deceased, and you just need to have the conversation. That's what Jersey Day's about. Wear your jersey to work, wear your jersey to uni, wear your jersey to school. All you guys here, wear your jersey to uni. All right, get your Medicare card, get onto the internet,
which I've done.
Sign yourself up as an organ donor. It's not on your licence anymore.
I have done already.
Sign yourself up as an organ donor. Have the discussion with all your loved ones and say, if anything happens and I'm able to, let them take what I got and save a few lives, and that's what we've got to do.
That's a good way to finish. This has been the very last edition of the home game for 2018. On behalf of myself, Jacko, and Bisho, great call tonight, Bisho.
Thank you.
We'd like to thank you for listening in on the Phoenix, Phoenix Radio via the TuneIn app, or watching in on a live stream on Phoenix Media's YouTube page, and also listening into 1197 AM. I want to do a big shout out to the crew to my right. You can't see them. There is a cast of thousands. These are all students who are going to go a long way. We actually lose some students after tonight. They are graduating, so to all those guys, a big thank you. You have made us sound better than what we are. And
that's the truth.
So a big thank you from all of us here at North Ipswich Reserve. We're going to go and jump in the sheds, because that is going to be huge. Trying to pack about 500 people in the dressing shed. I want to get a front row seat. That's going to be great tonight.
Well, the beers will be gone otherwise.
So from all of us from Bisho and myself, Jacko, thank you very much. We'll see you next year, season 2020.